Chiar avem un rol ingrat în a opri sau încerca să limităm la un timp scurt de 10 minute niște oameni care efectiv au lucrat la acest plan de acțiune în area economiei sociale, care au dat direcțiile, le cunosc foarte bine și știu atât de bine detaliile despre economia socială din fiecare stat. Și a avut dreptate doamna Verbal că invitatul nostru următor, domnul Víctor Meseguer, este de asemenea este director Social Economy Europe și îl invit alături de noi. Este de asemenea unul dintre oamenii care cunoaște în detaliu, a lucrat la planul de acțiune pentru economie socială și ne bucurăm să avem la această conferință persoane relevante care pot să ne ofere informații relevante despre planul de economie socială, the action plan for the social economy. I know you're an expert and Ms. Verbal also said that you will continue her ideas.
I don't know if I'm a big expert. I know that we have had a long morning, so I will try to be as short as possible. I promise. Thank you very much for this. And to be as dynamic as possible also because we need it. It has been a lot of information, super interesting information, but we also need to re-energize. So indeed, I prepared a presentation. First of all, thank you very much to ADV Foundation for organizing this. For me, it's a huge pleasure to be in here. I think that those trips are needed. And I think that is the same for all EU networks, for colleagues for FEBEA and other networks. We need to learn, we need to have contact with the reality. We need to be in touch with what's happening on the ground. We come back to Brussels with new ideas. We come back to Brussels with new contacts, with new friends, with the possibility of strengthening our community and also of telling your story, creating connections, direct connections, because it's not only us telling your story, it will be also you telling your story much better than us, but we need to be informed and we need to be in touch. So it's an excellent, it has been fantastic to be in here. Thank you very much for the invite. Thank you. Okay. All right, so who are we as Social Economy Europe? We are a community of 20 members. We are the voice of 2.8 million social economy enterprises and organizations in the EU. The data was given by Ankuta, the data was given by Dana. This data about 2.8 million social economy enterprises. When we're going to see the action plan starts with a sentence. There is a sentence in page number 1. Every day, 2.8 million social economy enterprises and organizations work to provide innovative solutions to socio-economic and environmental challenges. This is what we do, and this is what we are. We are part of a community of 2.8 million businesses, 2.8 million enterprises and organizations, employing 30.6 million people, having more than 200 million members of cooperatives, mutuals, associations, and similar entities. Mobilize, if I am not wrong, and I look at Ankuta because she's the real expert on data, 80 million volunteers, so we are part of that. We need to have a look at the big picture. We are not alone. We are part of a community that is changing businesses. We are part of a community which means an economic revolution that doesn't need to occupy all the space. We can coexist with other forms of businesses, but it's redynamizing our economies. So it's important to think about that. And we are not only in Europe, we are a global movement. That's also important. I will not tell you who are our members, but I want to say that I'm very pleased to be here with FEBEA, with the European Confederation Federation of Ethical and Alternative Banks. And also maybe that last week we received 2 new members in Social Economy Europe, Shovesh, a Polish organization, but also the Ukrainian Social Academy. And it was great to hear from Ukrainian colleagues today and to see in the pictures a good partner of us, which is Alina Bocharnikova. I saw her in the pictures. We were last week with her in Strasbourg. What we do together as a network. What we do to defend the interest of social economy enterprises. Basically, we are a lobby, which is a word that not everybody likes. We are advocators. We work with European institutions to co-create policies. We work with European institutions to open new possibilities, new opportunities for the social economy, to accompany, give recommendations to member states, to national authorities, to local and regional authorities. We are also a driver of visibility for the social economy community because more people need to come to our movement. We need to attract young generations. We need to attract people with different skills and so on and so forth. So visibility is very relevant. We need to make it possible for everybody that wants to start up a business to know that in the menu you can choose the social economy way. You can choose a different way, but it is also possible to start up a business through a social economy form. And this is not a reality today in Europe. Not even in the countries where the social economy is more developed. Not everybody knows that social economy is one of the options. That doing business in a different way is a possibility and has a specific support. Okay, it can be boring. We are members of 3 expert groups of the European Commission. We are members of GECES, the European Expert Group on Social Economy and Social Enterprises. We are members of the Industrial Forum, so we co-create industrial policy. We are members of the EU Platform on Fighting Against Homelessness. And this is not sufficient. The social economy is underrepresented. We have fantastic colleagues in the Commission, as Dana, as you said, as you saw before, who is team leader on social economy in DG Employment, but social economy is not everywhere where it should be. We are not in the social dialogue, although we employ 30.6 million Europeans. We should be in social dialogue, alongside with traditional employers and with trade unions. We should conquer new spaces, and we can do it together, both at national and at European level. We are also the Secretariat, by the way, of the European Parliament Social Economy Intergroup, a cross-board, a cross-partisan group of 80 members of the European Parliament working in favor of the social economy, which is very important. So having people from different political parties, from different political forces that believe that the social economy is fundamental for Europe's socio-economic development. So this is an image of the European Social Economy Awards, a big visibility initiative that we did last year in Ljubljana, last October in Ljubljana. Angela is in the picture because ADV was among the finalists. We received 100 applications from all over Europe. 100 applications in 3 categories: social innovation, ecological transition, green transition, and digitalization and skills. And indeed, ADV was among the 3 finalists on social innovation. Congratulations, ADB. We gave her a very nice painting made in Brussels by a social enterprise, basically by people with disabilities that are having creative activities every day as a way to express themselves and to find a sense, a purpose, which is important. The social economy, it has been explained by Ankuta, so I will not insist, a diversity of legal forms. We are like Europe. We are united in diversity. We have cooperatives, mutuals, associations, foundations, social enterprises, and other legal forms which are specific to each member state, all of us united around values. Basically, the 3 main values are people first, primacy of people and the social objective over capital. Our objective, we make profits as a means for a societal objective, to fulfill a societal objective. Democratic or participative governance, enterprises of people in which people is heard, in which people have a say, which is very enriching for our companies, and reinvestment of most of the profits. As ADV Foundation very well demonstrates, we saw it yesterday, profits are reinvested for further services, to grow, to provide new opportunities to vulnerable groups, to provide new services, to upskill and reskill workers, and so on and so forth, which makes us also very resilient because sometimes we have something in a box for the bad times also. So that's quite relevant. So those are the values of the social economy, and those are the figures. You know them very well. It was said 3 times this morning. What is relevant is the potential. Social economy is 10% of jobs and 10% of the GDP in countries like France, Spain, Italy. In other countries, it's only 0.6% of jobs, below 1%, and 2%. So the potential to grow is massive. Your country is not different to others. Maybe the social economy movement is younger. But I mean, you can achieve the same results. You are pioneers and you can get to that level, which is very good for you, very good for the European economy, very good for the economy of Romania, of Moldova, of Georgia, of Ukraine, and so on and so forth. Sectors of activity, this was done by the OECD. We are everywhere. We are in the green transition, we are in social services, we are in education, we are in industry, we are in tourism, as well as the travel also demonstrate. We are basically everywhere, and this is very relevant. The social economy is a model for everybody that wants to start up a business in every economic sector, construction, and so on and so forth. A common EU definition, fantastic, we have said it, but it's in the action plan, it's important. This is the day we presented the Social Economy Action Plan. Last December, it was an event organized by the European Commission in Brussels. And again, this sentence, every day, some 2.8 million social economy entities in Europe offer concrete, innovative solutions to key challenges we are facing. So please remind that you are part of this community. Please remind to be in touch. Please remind to build networks. As Angela always replies, we need to be together. We can learn, we can be solidary, we can intercooperate, we need to stick together. The action plan, as Dana said before, has 39 actions, a common understanding, so a common definition of the social economy, which is not juridical, it's not a legal one. The Commission could not do that. It's not in its competences, not through a communication anyhow. It could do it through a regulation of a European fund, for instance. So we have a non-legal definition, but what that is a common understanding, showing the way to everybody. A very open understanding and common understanding where everybody can find a place into the social economy. 39 actions and the ambition to mobilize over 2.5 billion euros in investments till 2027. And these only the European Commission with its own funding. A part of it, it's guarantees, so it should have a multiplicatory effect. And also, member states should invest. National and local authorities should invest. In some weeks, in some days actually, it was already pre-announced yesterday in the Spanish Parliament, Spain will announce that with next generation funds, so with the European Recovery Plan, they will invest 800 million euros in the digital transition of the social economy through a PERTE, through a strategic investment plan. So this is something, maybe not to the same level, maybe the demand is not the same, but all member states can do similar efforts and go in the same direction. Some SEAP highlights, some concrete highlights. Next year, the Council should adopt, next year the Commission should propose a recommendation to the European Council on developing framework conditions for the development of the social economy, and hopefully the 27 member states should adopt it. This is super relevant. It's a recommendation. It's showing the way forward. And if the 27 member states agree, then they will have to implement at home, okay? We are talking about public procurement. We are talking about legal forms, about modernizing cooperative law, modernizing social enterprise law. We are talking about state aid, taxation. So a huge toolbox that hopefully next year the Council will approve. We will need to work together. You will need to lobby your national governments because it will be hard to achieve this recommendation. But these recommendations, when it will be achieved, it will be a very important soft law policy instrument to lobby, to advocate, to modernize our legal and policy frameworks at national level. Some other important actions, state aid, particularly for WISEs, so having a specific statute for WISEs under the General Block Exemption Regulation. Right now you are treated like regular SMEs. Under the same circumstances, you deserve a specific treatment because it's not the same to have 50, 70, 40% workers with disabilities or which have amazing capabilities, but it's just not the same competition that a company that has 1% of people with disabilities of no people with disabilities, okay? There is an extra effort, and this extra effort should be recognized. It's a question of fairness. It is in many countries, and the European Commission should recommend every country, the Council should recommend every country to go into that direction. Very important also, the European Single Gateway for the Social Economy. So next year, we will have a single website. Europe is fantastic, but it's difficult to understand many times. European opportunities are great, but are difficult to find in a ordered manner, right? So next year we will have a portal. The European Commission will put forward a website in which we will find all relevant information on the social economy coming from the EU level. Studies, data, statistics, financial opportunities, hopefully linked with the InvestEU. I don't remember the name of the platform, but there is an InvestEU online platform also to generate partnerships, to access better the opportunities. So that's the idea. Having a single website where all relevant information for the entrepreneur can be found, and also for the networks. One very interesting actions. The Commission says in the action plan that they will support the emergence of national social economy umbrella organizations, so interlocutors of the public powers at national level. In my opinion, in our opinion as Social Economy Europe, it should not only be the emergence of new national coalitions, but also the consolidation of existing coalitions. So both putting people together, and where people is together already, because in many countries it is the case, supporting them to consolidate the organization, to be the interlocutor of the public powers, the partner of the public powers. I have to shut up. So yesterday I was asked by Angela to give some success stories. This is Mondragon Corporation. It's the largest workers' cooperative in the world. So worker-owned cooperative. It has, you see nothing because I copy-pasted very badly the image this morning, but basically it's 80,000 employees, 19 cooperatives, and I don't remember the turnover, but it's quite impressive. It's the first industrial group of Spain. The first group of the Basque Country, which is the richest region of Spain. It is owned by workers, and it is a cooperative. So this is quite impressive, right? By the way, how do we see it's present in many economic sectors? How do we see the added value? Wage differential in this company, which is a multinational, which is in 150 countries, is 1 to 10. The person that earns less earns 10 times less than the person that earns more. That's equality in action. That's social economy in action. Another success story, Elonian Group, which is very similar to IDV Foundation. Elonian Group is owned by ONCE Foundation in Spain. They have more than 35,000 employees, of which 15,000 are people with disabilities. They have hotels, security companies, IT companies. They are everywhere. Okay, and they are a massive group born by a foundation that was taking care of people with disabilities, created by people with disabilities to take care of each other. Taking care of each other is a key word in the social economy. It's mutualism, it's cooperation. That's what the social economy does, by the way. And I think that it's a great example and that you're going in a similar direction. This is data from the social economy in France. Those are images from many social economy companies across Europe. If the colleagues can click in the BSCOP image, I'd like you to see a video because Brussels region and Wallonia region invested 1 million euros in a communications campaign to bring new people, new young talents to the social economy. And I think it's a great example. It is in French, but basically it's images and music. So basically, no problem. I mean, basically, the idea of the campaign, Our Future in a Fair Way, was to attract new people to the social economy. They also developed that brand that you saw, Economie Sociale, which now is in the door of every social economy business in Wallonia and in Brussels. So we have a common image, like the B Corp certificate, something in which we have to work not only at local level, but at European level. But it was a very effective campaign. 1 million euros by the public administration, and directly to attract young talents to the social economy, because indeed we are connected. We have the same values. We want an economy that has a purpose. That's it. Thank you very much. And yeah.
Thank you for the energy and for the ideas of the action plan for social economy.
Mulțumim, Victor, pentru energie și, așa cum am mai spus, fiecare speaker care pleacă de aici, de pe scenă, primește o pungă de cafea Opia de
Dacă
la
mai era necesar în cazul ăsta.
Utildeco, una dintre întreprinderile sociale de inserție dezvoltate de Fundația Alături de Voi.